Welcome to the Misadventures with
Kiki
and Cowboy, and today we have a very special episode for you.
We do. I'm excited. It's game time.
It's game time. So what we decided to do was, because we are...
Don't look at me because you don't know how long we've been married.
No. It wasn't. That was not it. That was not.
I don't know how long we've been married. Look.
No, I would say we've been married long enough to have developed some what we're going to call pet peeves.
Yes.
So, and also we're both on our second go around, and because of that, we know what we like and don't like, and we know what bothers us the most, and also we know how to pay attention to those things to avoid conflict. I would think.
I would like,
I feel that's true,
for everyone in the listening audience to know how this episode came to be.
Okay.
Which would be Cowboy very excitedly with much enthusiasm and glee said to me, I got
a great idea, Kiki.
I have a great idea for a podcast.
It's the best idea.
Let's talk about
the things that piss us off about each other.
The very long list of pet peeves.
I did not say very or long. I said list of pet peeves.
That we have for each other. It'll be great.
And she loved the idea so much that she completely changed it.
Yes. And so I promptly said, what are you talking about, dear? I don't have any list of pet peeves.
She did say this, and then I went.
I was like, why? Do we have something brewing?
I just
is there something simmering under the surface?
And of course not. Everything's lovely and roses. However,
if we were hypothetically going to have a conversation about what annoys the shit
if we were to have
it,
what would that sound like? So this is like a tribute to that type of conversation that might happen in someone else's house.
In a hypothetical
and so we decided
situation.
So we decided to. No, Kiki came up with this brilliant altercation. Alteration. It's an alteration to an altercation. This is my genius. It's an alteration to an altercation. I like it that way.
The alteration to the altercation.
She altered the altercate.
So I suggested instead of us
coining that phrase.
Instead of us revealing the list
that doesn't exist.
Apparently.
I mean, we clearly just love each other
so much that gross, puke.
Yeah.
So instead of revealing the list of those little pet peeves that we might have,
that some other couples might have, but
we clearly don't have any problem with that. I said, what if we modified the Newlywed Game? So if you remember the Newlywed Game,
yes, because our audience was around then.
They might very well have been.
Then?
We were, absolutely.
I'm Googling it.
So the Newlywed Game, basically the premise was they get obviously newly married couples together, and they would ask each of them a series of questions, usually the same question, but a series of questions.
It says it was a wacky hit TV show from the 60s.
Yes. And it was very popular.
Kiki, we saw reruns.
It was very popular.
Everybody
should know this. So you would get asked a series of questions.
One partner would leave the room.
Many.
No, the premise was
right?
I'm reading from Google. I'm reading because you weren't around. It was the 60s. I'm just kidding. Have one partner leave the room while the other...
Insert audible eye roll.
Yes.
From me.
Which is one of my pet peeves. Because it's the audible eye roll that you can hear. You heard it. Kidding. I don't have the pet peeves. I just love her so much. Have one partner leave the room while the other answers a series of questions from a list
about the other person.
Yes, and then bring the partner back and ask them the same questions. Award them a point for each question they answer correctly.
And they have to write it down. Now, we're not writing anything down here. I mean, it's a podcast, so who's going to know if we wrote it down or not? But so the idea was, instead of just asking them, and the things in the Newlywed Game would be stuff like,
where's the weirdest place you've ever kissed?
Right. What's their favorite color? What's their favorite maple syrup? Whatever
what was your first fight about?
And see if they both remembered things
topic.
The same. So what I thought was, what if I were to guess what's on Cowboy's list of pet peeves about me.
And she wants me to guess.
And then Cowboy can guess what is on Kiki's list of pet peeves about him. And if you get it right,
you get a point.
You get a point. Okay?
I love it.
If you get it close, as in, like, you're in the ballpark, but you're not quite
I don't want to
there.
give an example because it'll give away one of my clues.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. Like, I say
you'll get it later.
It's within our purview to award half a point. And then
I'll allow it.
A complete miss of, like...
purview.
A complete miss would just be no points, right?
Yeah, obviously.
And so the goal is to see which
points.
one of us... Now, here, I think this is the real kicker of it. Which one of us is more... self-aware of our
it's really
own
what this is.
Pet peeves and what we think might bother somebody about ourselves. Yes. So I've come up with a list.
Yes,
I think we're going to go head to head, one on one, and we'll have 15 questions.
15. Wow, 15. Okay. All right. I'm getting my notes out.
15 questions.
Okay. How shall we start this, my darling Kiki?
Okay. Do you want me to start, or
yes, I would like you to start. Let me get my notes up and running.
Okay. So somebody's gonna have to keep score.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep track of my points.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. You keep track of your points.
You keep track of your own over there.
So again, I'm guessing things that I think are your pet peeves about me.
You.
Yes. Okay.
Right. So I would say I think. And these are in no particular order, by the way. So I'm not like doing it like,
most peeviness to least
right.
peevy.
No. I'm just coming up with a random list. I think when I say that I'm ready to go, and then I walk the opposite direction of the door to exit. So I'll say, yeah, I'm ready to go. And then I walk back into the bedroom, or I walk into some other portion of the house, clearly not exiting and getting into the car. That would be, so.
I'm going to go with no.
0 points on that?
Explanation, because I know this about you. And I know not to get worked up over it. Kiki is on her own timeline. When she's ready, she's like a wizard. She is ready, like when she arrives and leaves and is ready to leave when she intends to. Doesn't matter what she says. It's when she's actually ready. So I don't let myself get worked up. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't let yourself get worked up. You had to work at this.
Now,
you had to have intentionality.
Now, this is episode whatever, sub 30, I guess. Who knows? There's no tally there, really. But let's
you're saying that maybe by
let's go forward to 100 episodes. Yeah, let's go.
It might actually
maybe.
annoy you then? Okay.
I say maybe there could be simmerings of that now that you put it top of mind.
Okay. Now that I brought it up to your attention.
So again, we're not doing it in any particular order.
Okay.
So I think that one of the things I do is, and it's something, and again, we're talking about all the different types of things, right? And it's been brought to my attention recently, is I walk around the house with shoes I've been wearing outside and give it no thought whatsoever.
I'm going to give that half a point.
What? Nice.
Half a point.
So I have to give it 0.5.
So for the listening audience, I would imagine that this may be, for some of you, a somewhat hotly debated topic of whether or not you wear outside shoes inside your house, and probably more because of family of origin, right?
Yes.
So
either
I grew up in a family,
or a family
where you never wore your shoes. It was a cardinal sin to wear your shoes in the house. And even worse, if you wore shoes in the house and messed up mom's vacuum lines on the carpet, was like you might as well just hope that death Like that was it. So like we used to, I have fond memories of like commando crawling across like the carpet for fear that, like mom was going to mess up, like get mad at us for using our shoes in the house, and then of course messing up the carpet, which I guess the commando crawling probably messed up the, the vacuum lines, but at least we didn't have shoes on the carpet. So like that was the double whammy. Cowboy did not grow up in that house, and nope. So here's why this is only a half a point for me. Yes, it would be my preference that we do not wear outside shoes in the house. However, I recognize that and people, you guys should know this. So full transparency, we have just celebrated the anniversary of the 2nd year in this particular house.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! It looks like we moved in yesterday.
It looks like we're still moving in.
It looks like we're still moving in.
There are boxes in places.
Yeah, it's just I am the worst about any level of trying to have a like the what is it, not Good Housekeeping, but one of those magazines that has like Better Homes and Gardens, yes, right? And like it has the picture perfect, like we go to a church group, and every time we go in, like their house, at least the areas that we're in, is like spotless. There's no dog hair. Like there's not
effort given to consistent decor and yes. Shway, if not fun.
None of that exists in this house. So here's where you get a half a point, which is, yes, I would like for that to be something that we make a goal. However, I also recognize that, one, you were not raised in a house where that happened, so that's not your normal. And two, there's so much crap all over this house that, like, it's hard. Like, if we had, like, a little, like, if I went to the effort of making a station, let's call it, where one could sit down and put their shoes on or take their shoes off that was near the door or any of that, but we've just got stuff everywhere. We've got shit on everything. And that is me. That's really on me. So that's why it's a half a point. Okay.
Gotcha. Fair.
All right. So on that same topic, well, actually, you know what? Interestingly, I did not write that down. So I'm just going to go with something else. I'm going to go with a totally different topic.
Oh.
The fact that I like to put the sunshade up in the car all the
doesn't matter
time.
It's at night. And we're facing west.
Doesn't matter which
direction we're facing. So the sun is the furthest possible from shining in that window. She wants the sunshade in there. Which...
So come on! At least you had to pause on that. Yes. I get at least half a point.
No, I have to give you a full point.
A full point
because most of the time I'm
that's a really annoying thing. If I got a full
because
point.
It's to me most of the time. I mean, I get it when the car. It's funny. The car is parked facing west. When we most of the time when we get in the car,
ambient
or I get
light is entering the car
just barely. So yes, you get a full point for that.
The light
because
from the street lamp might enter the car.
Might somehow warm the car, the light. So this is why you get a full point, because I'm going to judge it as one of those things that I'm like, every time I do it, I'm like, fuck.
I do. If there was an audible eye roll, that was it for you. And I will say, so full transparency, knowing that we were going to do this podcast today, I made sure that every time we parked the car, I purposely pulled out the shade and made sure that we put up a shade today. Just to
all right.
give you a little extra.
I got you. Okay, so let's since we're traveling down that path.
Okay.
I put the don't know if that came through. I have a thing with putting the parking brake on. Even on a level plane, I just do. We're flat. the car can't possibly roll. It'd be hard to roll if you pushed it.
Right.
But here I am.
But you put on the parking brake.
Parking brake. And here's the other funny thing is, I don't even engage it all the way.
You don't. You partially engage it. Just enough.
Just enough that she has to go, oh, fuck, the parking brake's on.
I would say there are other things that would annoy me more than that.
No. But we're talking about specific things. And here's the other thing is, these may metastasize. And by episode 100, you may be, listen, you asshole, quit pressing the parking brake.
Yeah, but you said that my first guess, you gave me 0 points because you were like, well, all right, I'm gonna by 100. Okay, it might
you're right.
Bother
you know
me.
what? You know what? I'm gonna go back and give you a half a point for that. I think that's fair. Fair to point out.
Okay, so if that's the case, then I'll give you a half a point on that one, only because.
Yep. My own logic has to work against me.
Yes, I have had a few times where I've gotten in the car and I'm like, freaking,
okay.
Stupid parking brake is on.
Okay, well, right now, let's see. You're leading. You're leading.
No, we're even. You have 2 half points and I have a whole point.
Well, didn't you? You got a point for the sunshade. I gave you a full point.
You gave me a full point, I gave you half a point for 2.
And I gave you half a point for the late now, since we retroed it. So you got 1.5 now.
Oh.
Yeah. So now it's my turn.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I can't add.
Okay.
Is that part of the pet peeves?
Nope. That's not on my list yet.
Okay.
So
we're on number 3.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So this is.
Wait, no, we're on number 2, number 3, because I started this whole thing.
Yeah, we're on. Well, yes, you started. So hold on, you just did the. I just parking brake. So it's your turn. Yep.
Okay, you did. So it's my turn.
You did sunshade. I did parking brake.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Here's a good one.
Round 3.
Mm-hmm. The fact that I insist.
Oh boy.
Or well, maybe.
I think you're gonna get me on this.
I'm gonna say insist, but I will say that it makes my teeth itch. If that makes sense to people, it makes my teeth itch when we either tear boxes open or tear bags open or stab the butter.
Wait, hold on.
So like where I insist on cutting open.
But you're supposed to be picking pet peeves of mine.
No.
That's one of yours.
This is something I do that would bother you.
Ah.
Right? That's what we've been doing.
Okay.
Do I have to explain this game to you
so
over again?
But the thing is,
we're in round 3.
You're saying that the fact that you insist this stuff.
Yes.
Because here's a challenge that I have now, is one of mine that is your pet peeve is that I don't give a shit about that stuff. So it's kind of like a double-edged thing.
That's where you were like,
Wait, so because it's not a pet peeve of mine.
So wait a minute, round 3 is
it's like a wash. Because
a 1 for 1. The fact that it bothers me,
but that's further down on my list. Yeah,
and then you think that the fact that it doesn't bother you, that it bothers me.
So here's the thing: is
this like that?
It doesn't bother me that
like
it bothers
that song
you. Yeah,
where it's like me loving you, loving me,
so
loving you.
So let's skip forward. I want to see if I would have gotten points here.
Okay,
because this is the flip side of that coin.
I'm not doing this in any particular order.
I know, but mine was here's mine. It says. Something that I think is a pet peeve of yours is when I don't use scissors to cut open bags.
That's funny. See, exactly.
Because that's and so, I think
so.
It is a pet peeve of mine. You're correct. I think we both get a point.
I think we both
for that category.
I guess we do because if it makes my teeth itch when I come in and somebody has. Like a chip bag or a cereal bag or, those ones that have the little perforations at the top and everybody's like, oh, it's so quick. Just rip it open. No.
Yep.
use a pair of scissors.
I'm giving you one, and I'm giving myself a one.
There's very little that I'm OCD about. Yeah. I think you can be fair on that. That one, absolutely.
There's very little that you're OCD about,
but that one is
get you real good.
Oh
real
no! Oh no! Okay,
oh yeah.
So I get a point there.
Okay, so let's scroll down my list of the things she's quote not OCD
apparently,
about. There's so many. I'm just racking. There's so many points I'm about to rack up. Okay.
Oh my god.
So that was yours, and you got a point, and I
got a point
got a for point. A later category.
Now we're starting round 4, and you're
which is technically
it.
Well, I guess I start round 4.
Yeah, okay. You start round 4. We're bouncing back.
So Kiki, I'm thinking one of your pet peeves is whenever I'm going to use the word intervene in your laundry process. AKA.
Well, explain.
Okay. When I, A, do the laundry and or use my own way, or B, subvert your laundry process, as in I fail to put
that part B would be a point.
Okay.
Not
good.
part A.
Okay.
Like, if you want to do the laundry, I mean, yes.
No, but I'm talking about when I just go right around you and wash a couple things, and you're like, but no, I had a plan for that.
No, that doesn't. Okay. Generally, that doesn't bother me.
So then the second one. So I kind of double punch there. So I'm going to give myself 0.5. So it's I kind of sidestep.
You get a point.
Okay, I get
only in that. Yes, when there's
I'm only going off that look you gave me this morning when I had that pair of jeans that was just sitting aside, and you're like, I just washed the black sweat with a dark color.
So
what are you
this
doing
might
to
be
me,
something
cowboy?
Relatable to everybody else.
You're ruining my life.
But I separate my laundry ahead of time. So we have a lights basket.
She does this when we're trying to get out the door.
We have a darks basket. Now that might be the pet peeve for you. We have a darks basket, and then we have like our athletic stuff.
A lights,
and then towels. Towels are separate, right? Yes. So what I find interesting.
I love her explanations for these.
Is that my husband doesn't quite understand the difference between the lights basket and the darks basket.
In my defense, they're very close to each other, and I like to play basketball.
Okay, they're close to each other, but they don't have even the same stuff in them.
Yeah, you get points for the bounce.
Lights are fundamentally very different than darks, and yet I will find them all intermixed because it's like he has no concept of what constitutes a light or a dark.
I definitely get a full point for this.
Yes.
Clearly.
And then
I think I'm going to measure the time it takes you to explain these things.
The one that really kills me.
That's the value
there. You do get a full point.
Yeah.
The one that really kills me is...
If her explanation's over 30 seconds, I get a full point.
So in our house, we have assigned laundry days so that the children can learn how to do the laundry on their own for themselves.
On their day.
So that means I am limited to only 2 laundry days out of the week that are mine.
We could just make them do all their laundry in one day, and we get 6 days.
Well, no, I'm not going to be mean about it. They can have the same number.
Right, we'll take this offline, everybody. We'll get back to the game, I promise.
However, my point being is I go and I do the laundry, and then somebody says, "Oh,
hey, babe, I think I need to wear these tomorrow.
I just found these."
Laying on the Peloton seat.
Found them where, and why aren't they in the basket? Like, if they had just been on the bloody basket,
I took them off and laid them over the bike seat.
That's where it gets me. I'm like,
full point. All right, what's yours? Next.
Okay. If we're gonna stay with the laundry topic, I think something that I do, or rather, I don't do, is when I'm doing the laundry, I think something that annoys you
Shit's gonna get me.
Is that I don't make sock balls for you when I put your socks away. I take all your socks and I dump them in the sock drawer in a big mess. So if you had to get socks, matching socks, you'd have to fish around.
Well, I've got news for you. That's a big 0.
Oh.
Here's why.
Oh, I will continue to
here's why.
Revel in that.
Because I don't mind making the sock balls. 2, I don't feel that it's your job to fold and or sock ball and or put my laundry away.
Damn straight it's not.
Yeah. However, I've got one to follow up. I think we need to take a commercial break for a time issue, correct?
Yes, I have to do something.
So listen to these messages by God knows what you're about to hear. And we'll be back after that.
Probably mooing cows, people.
It's a serenade of cows. Enjoy. And we're back with Misadventures with
Woo-woo! Kiki
and Cowboy. So this is the second round, if you will. Second round. We've got a teenager in the background.
We've got young adults trying to feed themselves.
Yeah, so be prepared for those noises. That's an addition to the second round. All right. I have one for Kiki.
Okay.
I feel like it's a solid 1.
Okay.
Might even have a bonus.
Ooh, bonus.
When I, Cowboy, put Velcro clothing in the laundry and don't warn Kiki, especially when she's washing delicates, and the Velcro gets mixed in with things that don't mix with Velcro.
That is a solid 1. In fact, as I was doing the laundry today, I had 2 pairs of your beloved shorts that are absolutely covered in Velcro. First of all, I just, on premise, I'm like, no adult clothing
should have Velcro. You got me.
I mean, it's just.
So I have these shorts. They're just kind of these. They're like these utility shorts, and they have pockets, and they have Velcro on the belt. It's absurd how much Velcro they have.
It's Velcro everywhere.
The problem is the part that's like exposed is the sticky part.
Yes,
and it's always exposed.
When one has delicates,
as one does,
that may have lace on them.
That may.
It is immediate, the adhesion.
Like almost permanent.
And then when you try to pull them apart, no matter how gentle you are, the lace gets destroyed. And so I'll let you think about what items those might be. But now I've taken to, so anybody who suffers with a spouse that loves the Velcro. Now, I will say, it does annoy the shit out of me. However, he loves those shorts.
I do love those shorts.
And
I don't even know where we got them, but I've got 2 pair. I've had them for a long time.
He does, and they won't die.
Because they're my most casual, just toss them on. I can work in the yard. I can do anything.
And you know what? There is something for that. And there is something for that. So
they're these kind of tannish.
What I have done
they're a mess.
To save my sanity is I have gotten some of those. You wouldn't know what these are, but most women know that there are some bags that you can buy at the grocery store that are kind of a mesh type of bag that have a little zipper on them, and some of them are fairly generous in size, and they're usually for like lingerie or delicates where you wouldn't want them to get snagged, so you put the items inside so that they're taken care of. Right? I have taken to putting your shorts in one of those bags.
Oh, wow. To keep them from affecting anything else.
They don't affect anything else in the wash.
I almost want to give you some points back because that
actually does
some love
pretty
there.
well. I mean, at the same time, I will say that like they're not my favorite thing that you own, and yet at the same time,
she loves me enough.
I love you enough
to tolerate.
Okay.
Interesting. I have on those shorts some time ago. I went to put them on, and there was a lace pair of undergarment attached to the little belt part.
And did you just rip it off like a Band-Aid? You were just, I know you. You probably
I'm going to say I don't recall.
Oh, and that would be why I noticed the damage on the item later.
I don't recall. Okay, next one. Your turn.
Okay. All right. Different topic.
Different topic.
What are we on? Are we on 5? I think we're on 5.
I'm not tracking actually. It's like
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4,
So,
5. Yes, we're on 5.
I believe this is a pet peeve of yours about
Oh
me.
boy.
That I set off the fire alarm almost every time I cook. And we have to run to open the doors and like fan the house.
That's a tough one.
I think I got him.
I think that warrants a full point. Damn it. Fire alarm.
Yes.
And I have no warning. You could say, I'm going to make something that might, so then I could at least start mentally preparing for what that's going to be.
No, instead what it is, everybody in the house
The house fills up
like,
with smoke. I'm like, oh, fuck. Then I got to open the front. Oh,
there's two things that happen.
That's a solid
one. It's either everybody's working and doing stuff, and all of a sudden the fire alarm just starts going off,
and the
dogs
everything.
are barking, and
that's
chaos reigns, or you come home from being at the office
and
or
it's
something
just
like
full,
that.
The house is full of like,
and you're just like, my eyes are burning.
You walk into a wall of just this stuff. And she's like, it's fine now. It was bad earlier. I was like, it was bad earlier. Worse than this? Okay, yeah, you got your point. You got your point. You earned your point. Yeah, okay.
Good. Okay.
So now for mine.
Okay.
So one of us is a morning person. And I've noticed many times that I'm wanting to go somewhere very early, or I'm just chipper very early, and
chipper doesn't even explain the level of
and I'm just like
enthusiasm you have
Kiki,
in the morning.
Here's a song that's in my head, and she's literally standing there at her sink, just gives me this look, just kind of like, I'm not Kiki right now. You know, Kiki's not here right now. She has this look about her, and I'm just like, oh, maybe I won't be talking to Kiki right now. just like, ooh.
I don't think you even have that thought. I don't think you even notice.
Because I keep talking, I think.
You do.
Yeah, she's tuned me out, but she's got this face and this stance that is like.
So what's hilarious, like, I think it was question round number 3, I have written on here.
The opposite of that.
How grumpy I am in the morning.
What's funny is I can't give you a point for that because I love it. I can't give you a point for being grumpy because I'm like, ooh, she's grumpy. Let me sing some Elda Bards from the 80s.
Oh, my God.
People. Hey, Kiki, feel the beat of the rhythm of the night.
I think the other day.
It is 6 a.m. and it's dark.
It is 6 a.m. Like, I was like, it's inhuman to be awake at this hour on the weekend, not even to mention during the workday. And like, I think I just put my hand on his mouth. Like, I just was like, and you're like, hey, how come you stopped talking? Like, you just like stopped talking all of a sudden. Like, what's going on? Like, I got this new song in my head when I woke up, and I was thinking about this, and then there were these dreams that I was having, and like, oh, everything's amazing today.
Everything is awesome. I'm like that Lego movie.
Oh, you are. You are very much
I'm
like
so
the
pumped
Lego
up.
music in the morning. God, it's disgusting.
All right, I definitely earned my full point for that.
Okay, you did. You earned a full point on that one. Oh my God.
And you mark ahead, look ahead there. You get a 0 for the old grumpy Kiki.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to find that 0.
I get a 0?
Yeah, because I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
She's adorable, y'all, when she's grumpy.
Then I guess it's to me.
It is.
So now we're in round, I don't know, whatever we are, 6 or something. Okay.
Kiki.
So, I think it annoys you when I fuss at you about the fact that both suitcases and mail are dirty.
That's so true.
And should not be placed either on our bed or on an eating surface.
A place where we prepare food. Yeah. Dirty mail and suitcase. What's funny is I barely let that bother me because I'm like, whatevs. But
You're like, whatever, I don't even care.
Kind of wave it off. But I still have to give you at least half a point because it is a bit of I'd say, for lack of better terms, it's a bit of a nag.
It's a nag.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay.
It's 100%.
So I have to give you half a point for that because it doesn't really bother me. But
does this bother anybody else? By the way,
it should.
Do you have a spouse that takes luggage and then throws it up on top of the bed?
Yeah, because it's been all over the airport. God knows what it's run.
Or goes to get the mail and you come back and I'm grateful for the fact that the mail was picked up.
That he got the mail at all.
But then it's like sitting on the counter. It's sitting on the table. Any of that stuff. I would be curious. Go ahead and comment. Okay, what's yours?
Okay.
Did I get a full point or
you got half a point.
Okay.
So wait, I already see earworms was one of mine. I don't know if I should even bother with that because that kind of worked with the morning thing. Well, let me ask you: is just earworms on its own? Because I'm always I have a perpetual radio station dial in my head that is literally chaos. It spins and just goes, oh, we're gosh, like could be I don't know, Mussorgsky or something like total classic music, which I couldn't sing, so that saves her. But then it goes to something like Run DMC, and then I'm just like, and I have to sing it out loud to get it out of me.
Yeah, I will give you a half a point.
Ooh,
only.
Whoa.
I actually very much enjoy your internal radio station.
It's always changing,
for
baby.
the most part. And
it's 5 o'clock and we're live.
It is a predictor of how the day will go.
It is true.
Right?
Yes.
So, like, if you wake up with a really happy, peppy energy song, you're usually going to have a pretty good day.
That's true.
Generally speaking.
Gotcha. But it is annoying.
No. I'm not annoyed by that because you are a really musically oriented person. Like, I enjoy music, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you the artist that sang it. I couldn't tell you the era. I couldn't tell you anything about it.
I usually can.
Like, I'm familiar.
Everything after like 2010 I'm struggling with.
You are pretty good with like music trivia, right?
Oh yeah.
The only time that I find it annoying is when it truly is like an earworm type of song and you won't let it go.
Sweet Caroline.
And you already that it's like an annoying like whatever, and then you continue to like all day all day long.
So you're sure I only get half a point for that?
Only half a point though.
Okay, because it's not that annoying.
It's not that annoying.
Are you sure it won't be in the future?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not.
We've established that might be in play.
I'm not answering for the future. I'm just saying.
Fine.
Okay.
All right, your turn, Kiki.
My turn.
And it's like round 7, I think.
Okay. When I have a sense of humor on the motorcycle.
Oh, fuck. You got me there. Yeah, that's a solid one.
That's a solid. That might even be a 2.
Yeah, I'll just say yes. So, sense of humor on bike.
And when I mean sense of humor, it'll be something like, he's like, hey, our comms aren't working.
Like, can you hear me? And I'm like waving.
Can you hear me? And I'm sitting back there like quiet.
She can totally hear me.
And I'm totally
and we're
like,
in motion, folks. We're in traffic. And then I
have total disregard for our safety.
Okay, so yes, solid one. You get a point there. Okay, so on that, I'm gonna back that up with.
Oh boy.
Getting reprimanded by me.
Oh.
For your antics.
For my antics.
Getting a stern and curt response.
A curt response.
Yes.
Is that allowed to be a pet peeve, or is that like, I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying it's something that we're going to call
like,
it a turnoff if it's in that genre of like it's a character, like a character trait that you don't like, which could be a pet peeve. So I'm going to say curt response to antics. I'm only offering this to everybody because I've noticed that whenever I get curt. And that's just like a swift, like,
I'll probably give you a point.
She recedes, and then it's like for the next hour,
I'm quiet.
She's quiet. Yeah.
Now, okay, but here's the thing.
And it's not like I'm not mean. I'm just hey,
so
I kind of draw a line.
So here's the thing. One,
maybe that's not even in play because that's just a.
I don't know that that's a. This is where I struggle with it being a pet peeve. One,
yeah, because
I think it's fair that.
Yeah, if we're a character trait that was unfair, that's a safety thing.
It's not only that, but also part of
I'm going to give myself a 0.
Part of my quietness there, though, is out of respect for the fact that either I recognize, like, one, you're not in the mood to be
in the situation
jovial,
called for,
playful,
I need to be
whatever.
Yeah.
And two, I also recognize that, like, I pushed the limit on it, and so then I'll be quiet.
All right.
Too. So like, it's a little hard on that one. Maybe a half a point.
No, I'm just. I don't think that kind of fits in the. It's like if we're playing a game, it doesn't fit within the confines of the game. So okay. I'm just gonna drop it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to another one.
Okay, go to another one.
So.
Lord, you have more?
Oh yeah. Unrelated.
That's a point right there.
So, yeah, really.
Do you have anything on the list?
And my list is too long. So, okay, I have so many more. But
how many items do you have on your list there?
So Kiki, let's see. The thing is that something that might be a pet peeve of yours that I do is, there's this thing called plastic peanut butter. And that I am okay with non-organic. Actually, she calls it plastic peanut butter because it's Jif. And according to her and her upbringing, Jif is not peanut butter at all.
I'm not sure that
number
there's
one
even
ingredient
peanuts in
is
it.
Peanuts. It has some other stuff in there.
I would debate that.
All right, I'm Googling it right now. But just
the same thing as, and to be clear, I also, here's a controversial statement for everybody listening. Bluebell is not ice cream. How about that, everybody?
Crickets.
Yeah.
We are in Texas. That's almost blasphemy.
I know. I just got us canceled.
But if you and I'm going to back you up on this, Kiki. If you look at the ingredients of what ice cream is supposed to be and compare that to what's in Bluebell, you have a point.
It's not ice cream.
Okay. So moving on from that, because
there's
serious controversy there.
0 points.
I get 0. You don't mind that it's not a peeve of yours that I eat plastic peanut butter?
If you have terrible taste and you want to put that garbage in your body,
I love it so much.
That's fine. Okay, I cannot understand it.
God, I thought that was a good one too.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, you're up, Kiki.
And it's fascinating to me because
it's my favorite peanut butter.
I
think the number 2 ingredient is sugar.
Your parents are like these.
I know,
like
very healthy eaters.
Super healthy. Like hippie. Like they like grow alfalfa.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they're like that level of people, and like they make their own kefir and stuff like that, and they have natural peanut butter, and I'm like,
and I like all that stuff.
How did you?
It's because I grew up on some of it.
Yeah.
And
you must have at some point.
When things are devoid of flavor, after a while, you're just like, fuck it. I'm eating plastic.
Guess so. Eat plastic.
All right, your turn.
No, that does not bother me. I love you. If you like
0
that.
points.
Yeah.
God, I thought that was a good one, too. Dang
it. Okay. When at night I roll over and I steal the covers.
God, you got a good one there. Okay, that's a solid one. That's just cover stealer. Cover stealer. Yeah.
Now, what's interesting, though, I will say, I've made an observation. So, at night, every night before we go to, almost every night, not quite every, but almost every night before we go to bed, I go in and I straighten all the covers.
She does.
And I pull the sheets up and I straighten everything out because we're not always so great, me, am not always so great about making the bed, right? But I do try to kind of put the bed together at least a little bit so you're not fighting with the covers. And I also short sheet my side of the bed on purpose.
Our bed. All of it. In
Okay,
short sheet, all
bed.
of it.
Oh,
dang it. I just gave her another clue.
I short sheet my side of the bed because I know that when I sleep, I tend to roll the same direction all night. I don't tend to roll back and forth. I'll roll one direction. So I know that they'll come with me. But what's interesting is I've been observing about Cowboy is like, I think he likes sleeping on the very edge without the sheets. And this whole week I have been very intentionally not rolling into the center of the bed and not pulling on the covers. And he's still on the edge of the covers. And and there's extra like between the two of us. So I think it's something that he likes.
I think so. I think you got me there. Well,
but I will also appreciate that you think that that's super annoying.
Okay.
So I got
you got a full point there.
That was an okay, yeah, okay, whatever. I totally don't agree with you. What was that you're saying there?
All right, so I'm almost out because I just can't imagine other things that would annoy you about.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, gosh, I got to come up with at least a couple more.
You do.
Let's go with. There's got to be something that I think annoys her about me.
Oh, I'll just go ahead and give you one.
No, that's not fair because I don't get the point. I'm gonna go with that I don't care about putting the twist ties back on the bread.
No, actually, that's never even occurred to me.
Really? I feel like I got reprimanded.
Now, the fact that you took all of my twist ties and wadded them into a ball.
Well, they were just moving around freely. They needed to be confined.
that was like.
So I'm giving myself a
moderately
point for something related to twist ties.
Annoying.
Twist because
So I collect twist ties, and I keep them in the bread box. I actually have a bread box. I keep them in the bread box because I have this thing in my head that, like, if you throw them away, they'll just end up in the ocean and, like, twist, like, kind of like those,
you get a point now because
kind of like
you can say what you think annoys.
That, like, get around seals' necks or whatever.
So you can just say one of Cowboy's pet peeves are that I keep all the twist ties loose.
No, I'm not going to. Yeah. But I throw them all in there. And so then one day,
y'all have no
Cowboy was like.
There are so many twist ties in there.
So he took them.
If there's less than 100.
And he just mashed them all into one, like, ball. And he just, like, compressed them all.
If that isn't a pet peeve motion, just
that totally annoyed me.
I just grabbed one and just squeeze. Like an orange. They squeeze an orange till it just. Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, that's funny that my twist ties bother you.
The twist ties.
And I won't throw them away. I really won't.
No, she won't. And then they'll be gone one day and she won't know what happened.
We're going to just have a bread box full of twist ties.
Ugh, so many twist ties. It's absurd.
I don't get rid of rubber bands either. Just for people to know. Okay. I would say one of the traits that I have that might be slightly annoying to you and may have been a topic of a podcast is
here we go.
My timeliness.
Timeliness.
As in, Cowboy says we need to leave the house at blah 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 time. I want to be at this event at blah blah blah.
You know you got a one for that. You know you got it. Because she's thinking of it. There was a time I literally, we were so late that we were in the car.
Around. He was so mad.
And I turned the car around and she had to literally just beg me. But we should go.
I didn't beg.
She just.
But I did have to talk you off the cliff.
So convinced is the right word. She's like, we need to go. You want to go? We need to go. And I'm like, I don't know.
But we're gonna be late.
We're gonna be so late. We won't know what to do. So yeah, you get a one for that.
Okay.
Now here's the other thing that like this is different from the other thing I was talking about, like giving you all the time you need, because I know that's earlier in the conversation because I know it's like she can't be rushed. that doesn't stop me from when we're on the road still being harumphed about it. I just don't rush you in the house. I don't let it get to me.
You don't.
But when we're out on the road...
Well, I think you have also learned...
to give you plenty of time.
That you have to give me a little extra. So I'm usually about 15 minutes off. Yes. In my estimation of how long it'll take me to get ready.
So I do give her extra.
So you do give me a little extra.
That one particular time, it was
but
beyond.
That one was beyond.
I couldn't properly calculate that you needed an extra hour to get to get out the door for something trivial. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So clearly you got a one for that one. Okay. Let's see if I have anything left.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's see. Okay, how about we're gonna go back to...
Is that you or is it you
next?
No, it's
my turn.
Or
it's me next. Turn? It's me next. Something that
okay.
That I think it's we're going back to the something that annoys Kiki is when I fail to or put the wrong stuff either in the trash or in the recycling. Either on purpose or by accident.
I've never associated it specifically with you. It's been household members, but I'll give a half a point.
Only how you get pretty fussy about
All right,
your...
a point. Fine, I'll give you a point.
She's like, what's this doing in the recycling?
Well, here's my thing that's baffling to me.
The lid's not recyclable.
It's how is it confusing? If it has a recycling symbol on it.
So again,
it goes
this is
in the
Kiki
recycling.
taking the time to look underneath, around, beside.
I do. I look
Where
over
is that
the
little
entire
tiny thing? Me, it's like I eat the food and put the stuff.
And how many times do I have to explain to every member of the household?
I definitely get a one. Anytime you have to say how many times do I, that's definitely a peeve.
That a carton does not belong in the recycling. It is. So get that it is cardboard. It is a impermeable.
I got a point. All right, we're going to the last round because I think we're already like an hour into this show.
Okay. No, I have.
Okay, I'm out though. I can't compete anymore because I'm running out of stuff.
Okay. Well, I have. How about two more?
Okay, we can do two more.
Okay,
two
more.
You go first.
How much I swear. Cowboy used to be a Boy Scout leader. And in fact, he even said to somebody the other day, he was like, when I was a scout leader, somebody could have put a nail through my foot.
And I would have gone fiddle-faddle. I had the best filter. I could not curse in front of these boys and their parents.
Yeah.
That's not a thing I would do.
No, never.
So I trained myself for weeks.
And I think the fact that I swear like a sailor and that has rubbed off on you through exposure.
I'm good. I gave you a 0.
What?
Yep. I don't care that much. Yep.
Don't care that much.
Okay. All right. So here you go. Let me deal this one right at you.
We're ending on 13 if we only do two more.
That's fine.
3 more. Okay, well, whatever.
So when I remove an item from a collection of items you have in a special bag.
I know what this is about.
Yes. Okay, specific. I'll give it a specific. So let's say
we haven't done a podcast on this yet.
Let's say that there's a bag that goes on the motorcycle that has all the rain gear in it. And let's say that Cowboy emptied that bag for his own purposes, did not reassemble said bag.
Half a point, because that's not the full reason.
What's the full reason?
So the full reason is, if we're going to get into the specifics of this conversation, and maybe we will on the next podcast, is not only did Cowboy take the items that had been carefully assembled, as in
curated,
rolled, curated, put in there, thought about what should be in there.
Wrapped in bread twist ties.
And I made sure, this is how OCD I am on that, is I made sure all of Cowboy's stuff was on one side and all of Kiki's stuff was on the other.
And I dumped them into an egg carton.
Okay, not only did he do that and take them out, but then he doesn't know where
some of them are
to find the items that he took out, and is then pressuring me as in, well, I don't know where they are, so just pick something. We gotta go. So it was like, that was where the full point came in, was like, that's where I got irritated, was that it was like, if I get that the bags sometimes need to be repurposed, just like suitcases.
Yep.
But maybe if somebody took the time to remove said items.
That tone is so funny.
And put them into another container.
At least another bag.
So that
it could be
when one needed to get to them quickly.
See what I said? If her explanation goes longer than 30 seconds, I definitely get the full point. I'm still looking at a 0.5, though. You hear how long this explanation's gone?
Fine.
It has to be.
Fine, you get a point.
Yeah, we're good 3 minutes into your explanation of why I only get one.
I did not do
point.
3 minutes of an explanation.
I'm looking at the clock. So I'm not editing. I'll edit it into a repeat so it goes to 3 minutes. Okay, it's your turn, Kiki.
Do a repeat.
just a loop of her going.
I have so many things that I could list here.
Okay.
But I'm gonna end.
Things that you think annoy me about you. Okay.
But I'm gonna end with.
All right, here it goes.
The fact that I'm right all the time.
The fact that you have to be right all the time.
No. The fact that I am right.
Yeah, you end up being right.
I think that's annoying.
I'm going to give you a 0.5 because it doesn't always annoy me because it enriches us.
Yeah.
Because you've done some research or something. I'm like, you know what? Okay.
I think that
I'm going to give you a 0.5.
I think he's like,
while it may annoy me, it's not a peeve. It's more of like, okay, she's actually a pretty smart person. Okay, I'll give her that. Okay, my last one.
All right.
Is when I have borrowed an office supply and not replenished it, a.k.a. a scissor, a pen.
You just haven't put it back where it belongs?
I have borrowed it and it's missing. Something from your desk.
That is pretty annoying.
A pen, yeah.
That's pretty annoying.
She's very particular.
I do like to make sure, and especially the items that are next to my desk are only for public consumption if they return to their spot.
Yes.
Otherwise, you can find your own fucking scissors somewhere else in the house. If you want to misplace it, then misplace your own shit. So, no, 0 points, clearly.
0? But at least
all right, fine. It's 1 point.
It's a solid one. Yes.
Yeah, it's fine.
I've been reprimanded.
Did we even do half points even at all after the end of this whole thing?
I know because.
Okay, so what do we have? What's the score?
Okay, boy, that's a tough
Drum
tally
roll.
here. Okay, so let's do some math here. I'm gonna call out your points. Okay, can you tally me up?
Yep.
So I've got.
Do I have to calculate it?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shoot. So here we go. You got 1.5 to
1.5
3. Here I'm calculating. No, I'm calculating. I'm just doing the math. I got to start over now. So 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you got 7.5 points. Okay, so mark that down. 7.5 key.
7.5?
You got 7.
I have 29.5 after you gave me all those numbers.
No, I was tallying them as I was going down.
Okay.
Because there were no 3s.
Okay. No, that's why I was like.
Okay,
wow,
you have 7.5 total. Okay,
no
I'm going mine.
So
I'm just going to count it out.
7.5.
So I'm looking at 0.5 and then a 1. So I'm seeing there's Cowboy. So there's 2.5. So that's 1. There's a 1 for laundry. So that's 2 total. Velcro's 3 total. Morning person's 4 total. Earworms is 4.5 because that was just a 0.5. Nothing for. Okay. So was that 4.5? Yeah. So now here's another 0.5. That's clue. 5, 6, 7. Sweet Jesus. Cowboy got 8 points.
You did not.
I did.
You did
I
not.
got 8 points.
Cheated.
I'm going to count again. But
Cheated.
Kiki has 7.5 and Cowboy has 8.
No.
That's so glorious. Okay, I'm recalculating, but here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Yep. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure as the day is long.
I think you short sheeted me on some of those points.
Oh, tomorrow's song at 6 a.m. is going to be glorious. Oh, I can't wait to sing a serenade to you, my darling Kiki. Oh, this has been wonderful.
I would have won if I got to do my 3 other items.
Well, that just...
because you
that just says that you think there are more things about you that annoy. No. Okay, here's one, Kiki, that you think Cowboy is ill-prepared. I get another 1.
Nope.
Okay, my score would go up even further.
No, it would not.
Okay, well, I think we know who's the real winner here. It's still me.
What else?
Because I love you so much. And I love there's so many things to love about you.
Oh, yeah. Blah,
blah.
Blah.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this game, Kiki. And here's an announcement, ladies and gentlemen, as the next time we play this arcane version of the Newlywed Game.
I don't know what we need a name for this.
Yeah, so one,
we'd love to hear a name for this.
Put a name in the comments, but 2, we are looking for guests who we will call.
The pet peeve game?
Yes.
See, that doesn't sound right. We need to have a good, a good catchy title.
Yeah, we'll work on that. And then we'll turn it into a T-shirt. Oh, and I do want to remind everybody listening, we do have a buy us a coffee now. It's like a Patreon thing. So if you like us, buy us a coffee.
I like Starbucks, so give me some
donation.
Something that gives me more than like just one of those tall
black coffee.
Yeah.
But I didn't finish what I was saying. It's like, we're going to have guests on, and you and I will be the hosts.
Yes. So
and
if you're interested,
we will moderate your
let
chaos.
Us know. Yes. So somewhere
show
between
notes, comments, something.
Somewhere between 10 to 15, depending on how quickly this goes.
Yeah. Obviously, it takes an hour. So
clearly.
Awesome. So what have we done today, Kiki?
Annoyed the shit out of each other.
Yes, we have, and we both got points for it. And we're both winners, aren't we?
We are. Gross.
You've been listening to the Misadventures
I still think you
with.
Cheated.
I did. I have a Cowboy, and I have the tally right here. So I guess I needs to be audited. Ooh, maybe I have a typo. That's it, everybody. We'll see you later.
See, I won.
I doubt it. Bye.